Rule number 4. Profit is your product. Nearly everyone struggles with how to manage or control their time and not be overwhelmed. The secret is to focus on the things that matter and let the other things go. It's important to recognize that your daily schedule should always be based on profit. Lead with profit always. That's one of the main tenets of Tim and Julie Harris real estate coaching. Specifically, the things that you must act on daily have to lead to profit. Memorize the following list. It is in chronological order. Lead generation is first, because without leads, nothing else really matters. You always have to start your day with lead generation. After lead generation, naturally comes lead follow-up. Then you must pre-qualify those leads for time frame and motivation. Assuming they are qualified, you must then present. Eventually you must negotiate, and of course close. Then we say, lather, rinse, repeat. These are the things that make you money or profit in your real estate practice. If it's not on the list, why are you doing it? Once you've memorized this list, it's easy to think about how a deal unfolds. Generate the lead, lead follow-up, pre-qualify, present, negotiate, close. Lather, rinse, repeat. Now for a list of the most common profit-killing, schedule-wrecking problems for all agents, regardless of their market, experience, or their price range. 1. No control of your morning schedule. Getting to work when you finally can get to work is not a plan. That's what hobbyists do. They fit it in when they get to it, and that's why they make hobbyist money. 2. Getting stuck in the weeds of transaction coordination. Get a transaction coordinator. Think of their service as a built-in part of the cost of each transaction. It's well worth it to maintain your sanity and to buy your time back. Most transaction coordinators range from about $250 per file to $550, maybe $600 per file depending on your price range, your market, and your standards. We recommend TrustedTC.com for a virtual transaction coordinator. 3. Wasting time on social media, pretending that it's generating leads for you. 4. Going to appointments that won't be productive. Home inspections, lender lunches, free trainings. If it's not on the dollar productive list of activities, it is not a necessary appointment. You're just hiding out pretending to work. We tell our coaching clients that if we were to put an agent cam on you, film all the activities you do during the day when you're falling into these bad habits, and send it to your spouse or significant other, they probably wouldn't believe that you are a professional, full-time real estate agent. The previous list contains the activities you're no longer allowed to do. If this is a challenge, make a deal with your spouse, your kids, and your assistant that every time they catch you doing any of these things, they get a crisp $10 bill. That'll cure you, and usually fairly quickly. If you're making too much for the $10 to be painful, make it $50, make it $100, until you're clear that you're not being profitable when you engage in those schedule-wrecking activities. Instead of discussing what you must not do, let's get back to what you must do daily to meet or exceed your goals in the 5 areas of life that we discussed earlier. It all starts with generating leads in the first place. You might have the most polished listing presentation in the whole world, or the most amazing buyer's pre-qualification script, but with no leads, it doesn't matter. If you are lead generation challenged, refer to our survival plan, our treasure map, or our 90-day massive action plan in the appendix, and include it in our Premier Coaching Program. Remember to focus. Follow one course until successful. Don't do the 90-day massive action plan for 9 days and then give up. Ask for help if you need it. Good habits, starting with your morning routine, set the tone for the rest of the day. Those good habits can be further reflected in one's schedule, body, mind, and wallet. What follows is our recommended, ideal daily schedule. We define ideal as meaning that you follow it 4 out of 5 working days every week that you're not on vacation. In keeping with the SMART rules of goal setting, this has to be specific. So we keep it to just 4 out of 5 working days. Schedule rules. 6:30 a.m. Get up. Powerful affirmations, 20 or 30 minute simple workout, 8 ounces of water, review your goals for the day. Keep it simple. 7 a.m. Do a 30-minute quick financial review. Are you trending up or down with regard to your financial goals? Are you on track? Are you ahead? Are you behind? By how much ahead or behind? Look at your whiteboards as we teach you in the Premier Coaching. What is your appointment schedule? What appointments must you set today? What appointments are you going on today? At this point, you're practicing an abundance mindset, as we discussed in the previous chapter. You're controlling your mind, your body, and your wallet. And it's not even 8 a.m. yet. 7:30 to 8 a.m. Prepare for your day. Breakfast, shower, dress. Dress for success. Dress one level nicer than your prospect or your client. If you're not sure how they dress, maybe you've never met them before, base your decision on how previous clients were dressed and err on the side of one step nicer. 8 a.m. Take 20 minutes to clear out any mission-critical email, voicemail, or text, and respond to anything else that's imperative. Set a timer. 20 minutes, that's it. Delete all trash and spam. Delegate anything you can to your transaction coordinator or personal assistant. If you don't have a transaction coordinator or personal assistant, it's even more critical to spend the same 20 minutes prioritizing things by urgency and set a plan in place for the day. Maybe that means you're going to devote an hour in the afternoon when you don't have appointments to conquering whatever you uncovered that you have to do. But don't do it at this point. That's where most of you make a mistake. You get sucked into the drama, and then the rest of your schedule is a train wreck. Use this 20 minutes to just figure out what's mission critical. 8:30 to 9 a.m. Do your relentless lead follow-up. For more on this, refer to our 18 relentless lead follow-up rules in the rule number 11 chapter. This is the most critical point in your day. Not just following up on leads, not just, hey, how's it going? It's relentless lead follow-up with intent to actually set appointments. That is the point of lead follow-up. Since you're most likely to set an appointment with this category of prospects, it's valuable to pursue them first thing in your day. You have their phone numbers, they're expecting your call, and you have what they want. Information about listing their home or property to show them if they're buyers. Remember to pre-qualify all listing and buyer leads prior to setting that appointment. Don't skip this step, or you'll find yourself wasting more time on appointments you shouldn't be on. You should never, ever end the day, or even the morning, with leads that you've not followed up on using our proven lead follow-up scripts. We have scripts for following up on expireds, open house leads, you name it. We have general follow-up scripts and some for internet leads. All can be found on our website. 9:30 a.m. Do more lead follow-up if you have the leads. If not, it's time for lead generation. But let's say you've set up an endless supply of leads over the years. Maybe you've got a huge past client and/or center of influence list, and they're feeding you referrals. Let me clarify that this list is one list, the combination of your past clients, people in your center of influence, as well as adopted clients, those who purchased your listings. At any rate, you've got tons of leads for whatever reason. It doesn't make sense to then put pressure on yourself to create a new marketing piece or learn how to hardcore prospect. Just choose the leads who are most likely to list first. This means unrepresented sellers, otherwise known as for sale by owners, expireds, probate, etc. It makes sense to speak with people who need what it is you do. Remember, if you've generated enough leads to follow up on, do that first. 10:30 a.m. Call your required past client center of influence list. For most agents, it's usually 3 to 5 contacts. You might have to dial 10 times to get those 5 contacts. But here's how you do it. Take the total number of people on your list and divide that number by 20 working days, 40 working days, or 60. That'll help you determine how many people make up your minimum call standard every day, so that you can contact that list every 90 days or less. For example, if you have 100 people with real phone numbers on your past client center of influence list, and you divide that by 20 working days in every 30-day month, then you'll have to speak with just 5 people a day to touch your entire list every month. What would your business be like then? I can tell you. Generally, 20 to 30% better than it is now, assuming that you do this religiously as part of your schedule. 11:30 a.m. Assess your day so far. Have you set any appointments yet? If not, return to your continued lead follow-up and/or prospecting. 12:30 p.m. Lunch. Real lunch. Don't skip lunch. It's not a badge of honor. Actually have lunch. Preferably with a past client, a current client, a referral client, or maybe somebody else in your center of influence. Ideally, you eat lunch somewhere in your market where you can be out and about and talking about real estate rather than being a secret agent. 1:30 p.m. Check in with your transactions, your team, your staff, your co-op agents. This is your hour of power to keep your existing business buttoned up, but only 1 hour. Some of you use the entire day instead of only 1 hour. Parkinson's law says, the task will grow to the time you give it. Give yourself an hour, that's all. 2 to 5 p.m. Appointment time. If you don't have any appointments, you have options, but they all center on creating income. Appointments are best. After that, use this time for calling your sellers, setting up showings, previewing, doing price reductions, scheduling open houses, creating market plans. Ideally, you again return to your lead follow-up and preparation for tomorrow's appointments. But this can be somewhat flexible. If you get bored or unproductive with your normal routine, break out of it by going after new leads, such as probate, new construction, for rent by owners, or any other new category. 5 to 6 p.m. Tie down loose ends. If you don't have a quitting time, you may wind up doing this at midnight instead of 5 p.m. Stick to your schedule. Any negotiation should be resolved and sent to the other party so that they will owe you a response in the morning, not the other way around. Don't have contracts open until 9 a.m. the following morning, or let home inspections infringe on your time. It's their problem. They must get back to you, and we recommend that you set noon or 2 p.m. as their do or die time, so that you don't have to deal with it first thing in the morning when you're trying to control your time. 6 p.m. Quitting time. Maybe even earlier. Get back to your family, back to being husband or wife or significant other. Get back to your kids and all the important things you defined with your family goals. Homework. Create your day. Create your own practical and applicable daily schedule that reflects the schedule rules we just discussed and the 8 elements found in Harris Rules for Business Days coming up. Don't over-engineer your schedule. Simply stick to profit-producing activities with intense focus on setting qualified appointments daily. Once you've implemented your schedule for a couple of weeks, you may wish to tweak it based on the results you're getting. Perhaps you discovered that you need to start a half hour earlier to accomplish your goals. Or you need to take an afternoon off every week to stay at your highest energy level for the rest of the time. The key here is to take action. The schedule you settle on 60 days after the one you create may be slightly different, but you'll never know until you actually implement. Done is better than perfect. Harris Rules for Business Days. 1. Have a definite starting and quitting time. They should be the same times every day. 2. Never end the day with leads that you have not followed up on. Frequently, the question arises, what if I have a quitting time of 6 p.m. and something comes in after 6? Use your best judgment. If you're starving for your next deal, it's probably a good idea to follow up with the lead and break your rule temporarily. But you can make it a lot easier if your voicemail has the commonly heard greeting. If you're leaving a message after normal business hours, let me know where I can contact you the following morning. Easy enough. You're setting expectations. 3. Take control of your mind, your body, and your wallet before you begin your business day. Don't take all day to do it. Take an hour or so as we discussed. 4. Have a personal standard of setting at least one pre-qualified quality appointment every day before noon. 5. Have a personal standard of going on a qualified appointment daily. Note: Business Day Rule number 4 is about setting one qualified appointment. Business Day Rule number 5 is about going on one. If you get into that routine, it becomes easier. 6. Speak with active listings clients once per week, at the same time, on the same day. We recommend either Friday or Monday, because going into or coming out of the weekend, your clients will wonder what you're doing with their listings. Use our Seller's 12-Week Communication Plan to help you with those conversations. 7. Speak with a reasonable number of people from your past client center of influence list daily, using our forward script. Learn more about this on our website, timandjulieharris.com. 8. End your day with all negotiations on the other party's plate.